So what's up? Welcome to part 4. Please remember to like, subscribe and add and drop a comment. So in this part 4 we'll be doing indices involving word problem. We'll be doing indices with this looks like quadratic indices with quadratic equation and indices with some simultaneous equation. So let's start the first one, that is indices with word problem. So they say express 8 to the power of 10x, 64 to the power of 3x, and 2 to the power of 10 minus 2x in the form of 4y. So like anytime you are solving question that involves word problem, first understand what each sentence is telling you. Like now, the first sentence is telling us to express this Roman figure 1, Roman figure 2, Roman figure 3 in form of 4 to the power of y. So we should write this in this form. Let me read the second sentence stating y in terms of x. When you say something is in terms of another thing, that means that thing is equals to that other thing. So but in this case they said stating y in terms of x, that means y is equals to x when you put it in this form. When you put it in 4 to the power of y. So that's what the second sentence is telling us. The third sentence, hence determine the value of x for which in this equation. So anytime you hear hence in word problem, it mostly means that you should use the value of what you got previously to solve what the equation that they are going to give you. So that's what it just talks about. So let's start solving. So from the first sentence, so we should express one figure 1, 8 to the power of 10x, and one figure 2, 64 to the power of 3x, and one figure 3, 2 to the power of 10 minus 2x. So let's start. So let's start solving. They say we should write it in the form of 4 to the power of y. So how can we make 8 to the power of 10x look like 4 to the power of y? So how do we do it? We can factorize out 5x by writing like 8 to the power of 2 bracket 5x. If you notice from power law, it's similar to what we did. So let's continue. So that's 8 to the power of 2, that is 8 times 8, that is 64 to the power of 5x. So 4 to the power of 3, the same thing as 64, because of 4 times 4 times 4 is 64, that is 4 to the raised to the power of 5x. So this 4 to the power of 15x. Then we have, let's solve for Roman figure 2, which is 64 to the power of 3x. How can we write 64 to the power of 3x in this form? You can simply say 64 raised to the power of 3 all bracket 3x, because of 64 times 64 times 64. Sorry, because of 4 times 4 times 4 is 64. So 3 times 3x is 9x. So this 4 is power of 9x. Let's solve for Roman figure 3. Is 2 to the power of 10 minus 2x. So how can we write this in form? How can we put this in form of this? So I can easily factorize out 2 from here. This 2 bracket 5 minus x. So we have 2 to the power of 4. 2 to the power of 2 is 4. Raised to the power of 5 minus x. So I have successfully written all of them in 4y form. So I have obeyed the first sentence. The second sentence, they said stating y in terms of x. If you notice, if you compare 4 to the power of y with our 4 to the power of 15x, this 4 can do justice to this 4. We have y is equals to 15x. So it is in terms of x. So third sentence, say hence determine the value of x from which in this equation. So let us start solving. So that is 4 to the power of 3 plus x all over 8 to the power of 10x is equals to 2 to the power of 10 minus x all over 64 3x. So we use our above value, we will put our above value here so we can solve better. So that is 4 to the power of 3 plus x all over 4 to the power of 15 x equals to 4 to the power of 5 minus x all over 4 to the power of 9x. Remember they said hence determine the value of x. Remember I told you that when they say hence in a word problem question, it's mostly to mean you should use what the value of what you got in the first sentence to solve solve for the value you need in the equation given. So that is just it. So from okay, we have this, we can say let us just simply write it out. This 4 raised to the power of 3 plus x divided by 4 to the power of 15 x is equals to 4 to the power of 5 minus x divided by 4 to the power of 9x. So we can say from division law, you see we have similar number but different raised to power. Please, if you don't understand indices law, please you have to go to part 1 and read on laws of indices and watch the videos on the law of indices. So here we can simply say 4 raised to the power of 3 plus x minus 15x. Remember it's division is minus. This equals to 4 to the power of 5 minus x minus 9x. This 4 can do justice to this 4. We have 3 plus x minus 15x, that is minus 14. So this 3 minus 14x is equals to 5 minus x minus 9x, that is minus 10x. So we collect like terms. This our 5 can come over, come minus 5 is equals to minus 10x. This can go over, this minus 14 can go over, becomes plus 14x. This becomes minus 2 is equals to, this is 4x. We make x sort of a formula by dividing both sides by 4. This has gone with this. So we have x is equals to minus 2 all over 4. 2 can cancel 4, giving us minus 1 all over 2. So it's time to solve for number 7. So let me write out the question. Number 7. This 2 to the power of 4x minus 5 bracket 2 to the power of 2x minus 1 all over 2 plus 2 is equals to 0. So what do they have in common? What can we do? Okay, I'm seeing raised power of minus 1 over 2. From division law, I can write it in this form. So I can have 2 to the power of 4x minus 5 bracket 2 to the power of 2x divided by 2 to the power of 1 over 2 plus 2 is equals to 0. From rational power law, I can write this in this form. So you have 2 to the power of 4x minus 5 bracket 2 to the power of 2x divided by with 2 plus 2 is equals to 0. What else can I do? I don't think there's anything left for me to do except to make this in this form, because of from the way it is going, it's looking like a quadratic equation. Like anytime you are solving an equation can lead to anywhere. It can lead to quadratic, it can lead to anywhere. So you need to be open-minded, you need to be very dynamic. So if we factorize out to it, we get 2 to the power of 2 to the power of 2x here, all square, minus 5 brackets 2 to the power of 2x divided by root 2 plus 2 is equals to 0. So I can say, Okay, I can say, what else can we do? I can say let 2 to the power of 2x be equals to y, having a, which will give us y square minus 5 bracket y divided by root 2 plus 2 is equals to 0. We need to get rid of this root 2. We need to get rid of this root 2. We need to get rid of this root 2 so it look like a quadratic equation. You know, a quadratic equation is written something like ax squared plus bx plus c. A quadratic equation will have a x squared coefficient, an x coefficient, and a constant. So we have x squared coefficient, sorry, in this case y squared coefficient, which is 1. We have a y coefficient, which is -5, and we have a constant, which is +2. So to get rid of it, we have to, okay, this is a division sign, so we have to multiply through by root 2, giving us, okay, let me, root 2 y square minus 5, this can be written as y divided by root 2. Let me write it like this, plus 2 root 2 is equals to 0. Root 2 times 2 is 2 root 2. Root 2 times y square is root 2y square. So, okay, I forgot to multiply this by root 2. This 5 times root 2. This root 2 can cancel this root 2, giving us root 2y square minus 5y plus 2 root 2 is equals to 0. So now this is a quadratic equation. We have coefficient of y square, coefficient of y, and a constant. So we need to find the factors by, so we have to multiply this number, the coefficient of x square and our constant. So we have, let me do it in our rough G. We have root 2 times 2 root 2. So root 2 can be written as 2 raised to the power of 1 over 2 times 2 raised to the power of 1 plus this 2 times, same thing, this 2 raised to the power of 1 over 2 because of the root. So from multiplication law, we can add their power because of the numbers are the same. So we add their power. So this is 2 to the power of 1 over 2 plus 1 plus 1 over 2. So we have to find the LCM of this. We have to solve the fraction of this, rather. So this raised to the power of 1 plus 1 over 2. The LCM is 2. 2 divided by 2 is 1. 1 times 1 is 1 plus 2 divided by 1 is 2. 2 times 1 is 2 plus 2 divided by 2 is 1. 1 times 1 is 1. So this is 1 plus 2, that is 3. 3 plus 1, that is 4. This 4 all over 2. 4 will go in 2 will go in 4 2 times. So we have 2 to the power of this power of 2, that is equals to 4. So it is 4. So now we need, sorry, it is 4, not 4. Right? We need to look for the factors of this. Like, I don't think I should explain quadratic equation here. I'm going to make a video very soon on how to solve quadratic equation. In case if you don't know how to solve quadratic equation, we have a negative middle term and a positive product, that is minus and minus only. So we can have the factors are -4 and -1. So we can impute. So the factors are -1 and -4 and -1. So this is root 2y square. The 2y square minus y. Remember, this is -4y and this just minus y, because -y minus -4y minus y is -5y. So that is it. So we have that. Put it in brackets minus. Put it in bracket minus 4y plus 2 root 2 is equals to 0. What is common here? We can factorize out y, giving us root 2y minus 1. What is common here? I'll say root 2 because of I know whatever I'm going to get, what I get in this bracket is the same thing I'm going to get in this bracket. That's how to know if your quadratic equation is correct. What you get in this bracket that we're about to find is what you have already got here. So since root 2 is common, we can, let me solve it out so we can see. In case if you don't know how to do this, is 4 over 2 raised to the power of 1 times 2 to the power of 1 over 2. So according to law of indices, we can add their power, or multiplication law. This to the power of 1 plus 1 over 2. You can find their LCM 1 over 2. The LCM is 2. 1 divided by 2 is 2. 2 times 1 is 2 plus 2 divided by 2 is 1. 1 times 1 is 1. This is 3 all over 2. So we have 4 divided by 2 raised to the power of 3 over 2. So this 4 can be written as 2 to the power of 2 all over 2 to the power of 3 all over 2. So this 2 raised to the power of 2 divided by 2 to the power of 3 all over 2. Law of indices, we can minus their power because this is a division sign. So this 2 to the power of 2 minus 3 all over 2. If we do this, we'll get 1 all over 2. I don't know if I should show my working, but let me show you just in case. This 2 all over 1 minus 3 all over 2. What I'm doing now is that I'm minusing their, I'm solving their power. So the LCM is 2. 1 divided by 2 is 2. 2 times 2 is 4. Minus 2 divided by 2 is 1. 1 times 3 is 3 is equals to 1 over 2. So here we have it. This 1 over 2 can be written as root 2. Also, we can impute law of rational power law inside. So I've just proved that root 2 is common in this place. It can be factorized out, so it is 2 root 2 bracket. When 2 root 2 divided by 4 will give us root 2 plus root 2y plus 1 equals to 0. So we have y minus 2 root 2 and root 2y minus 1. So we can say y, let's solve for y. So this y minus 2 root 2 is equals to 0. Therefore y is equals to 2 root 2. Remember we said let our y be 2 raised to the power of 2x. So I first write let y be 2 raised to the power of 2x. So we can impute our value for y, which is 2 raised to the power of 2x. Yes, we will have 2 root 2. So let's continue. We have 2 raised to the power of 2x is equals to 2 raised to the power of 1 times 2 to the power of 1 over 2. Okay, you understand how we got it. I just wrote it in this form from rational power law. So you can put the knowledge of multiplication law here because of you can see same number but different powers. You can have 2 raised to the power of 2x is equals to 2 to the power of 1 plus 1 over 2. When we solve the top one, the power, when we add the power, we get 2 raised to the power of 3 all over 2. This 2 can do justice to this 2. This 2x is equals to 3 all over 2. We can divide through by 2. Have given us x is equals to 3 all over 2 times 1 over 2. This x is equals to 3 all over 4. So found x for the first one. Let's find x for the second one. The second one is root 2y minus 1 is equals to 0. So we have root 2y is equals to 1. Then we have y is equals to 1 over root 2. Recall that our y is equals to 2 raised to the power of 2x. So we can impute that here. So y is equals to 2 raised to the power of 2x is equals to 1 all over root 2. So what do we do? So we have this. So this is 2 raised to the power of 2x is equals to 1 all over 2 raised to the power of 1 over 2. Remember rational power law. So we have 2 to the power of 2x is equals to I use the law of negative index law here. So we have 2 raised to the power of minus 1 over 2. These two can do justice to these two. We have 2 raised to the power of 2x rather is equals to minus 1 all over 2. We can divide through by 2, giving us 2x. Like we're dividing both sides by 2. This 2x divided by 2 is equals to minus 1 over 2 divided by 2. So 2 can cancel 2. We have x is equals to minus 1 over 2 times 1 over 2. So our x is equals to minus 1 over 4. So therefore our x is equals to 3 over 4 and minus 1 over 4. This is our answer. So we have gotten our answer. So let's solve for number 8, which is simultaneous equation. So they say solve the simultaneous equation. Let me write it out. Number 8. Solve the simultaneous equation for the power of y plus 2 is equals to 2 root 2 all over 8x. This is the first equation, and 4x plus 5y is equals to minus 8 is the second equation. This is equation 1, this is equation 2. So let's start from equation 1 first. I like starting from equation 1 every time. So we have 4y plus 2 is equals to 2 raised to the power of root 2 over 8 raised to the power of x. So if we notice, we can see that, like I told you, before you solve a question, you should calm down. You see what they have in common. You see how you can break it, how you can make it easy for you to solve. So I'm noticing they are all like they can all be divided by 2. Like it can be written in 2 raised to the power of so. They can be written as 2 raised to the power of 2 bracket y plus x. Y plus 2 is equals to 2 times 2 to the power of 1 over 2 all over 2 to the power of 3x. So I hope you understand how I got this. So I can write 2 times y is 2y plus 2 times 2 is 4 is equals to 2 is multiplication. Remember in the multiplication law, they have the same number but different power. So when we add 1 and 1 over 2, we get 3 all over 2. I explained this previously how I got it. This 3 all over 2 raised to the power of 3x. So you can have 2 to the power of 2y plus 4 is equals to 2 to the power of 3 all over 2 divided by 2 raised to the power of 3x. I just wrote this whole thing in linear form. I didn't do anything special here. So from division law, I can minus their power because of we have same number but different powers. So we can have 2 raised to the power of 2y. This division sign. 2y plus 4 is equals to 2 bracket 3 all over 2 minus 3x. So this can do justice to this. We have 2y plus 4 is equals to 3 all over 2 minus 3x. We can take this over here. So we have 2y is equals to 3 all over 2 minus 3x minus 4. You can collect like terms. You have 2y is equals to 3 all over 2. We're making y the subject of the formula, just in case if you don't understand what we're doing. This is minus 3x. So we find the fraction of this. Let's do it in our rough note. Let's minus the fraction. So we are solving this. We have 3 all over 2 minus 4 all over 1. LCM is 2. 2 divided by 2 is 1. 1 times 3 is 3 minus 1 divided by 2 is 2. 2 times 4 is 8. This equals to minus 5 all over 2. So we have 2y is equals to minus 5 all over 2 minus 3x. But let me write it in this form. Let me rearrange it to be 2y is equals to minus 3x minus 5 all over 2. I can divide through by 2 to make y the subject of the formula. Let me write divide through by 2. So if we divide through by 2, we have y because of 2, or let me just write it, divided by 2 is equals to minus 3x all over 2 minus 5 all over 2 divided by 2. So this can just this, we're having y is equals to minus 3x all over 2 minus 5 all over 2 times 1 all over 2. So we have y is equals to minus 3x all over 2 minus 2 times 2 is 4. That's 5 all over 4. So this can be equation 3. So what we write is we substitute. You can use elimination method, you can use substitution, you can use any method of solving simultaneous equation, but me, I don't know, I just love using substitution method. So that's what I'm using. If you want to use elimination method, you should have used it from, I think, this point, but I love substitution method. So substitute equation 3 into equation 2. So from equation 2 we have 4x plus 5y is equals to minus 8. So we have 4x plus 5y is equals to minus 8. So by substituting the value of y into equation 2, so let us write this 4x plus 5y. But what is our y? Y is minus 3x, so let us put that down. That's minus 3x all over 2 minus 5 all over 4 is equals to minus 8. So this 4x plus this 4x plus times minus is minus, 5 times 3 is 15x all over 2 plus times minus is minus, 5 times 5 is 25 all over 4 is equals to minus 8. So we can collect like thing. We have 4x minus 15x all over 2 is equals to, when we collect like things, this whole value goes over, this minus 8. This, when this goes over, we have plus 25 all over 4. So we can find the LCM. So we can find the LCM. LCM is 2. 2 divided by 1 is 2. 2 times 4x is 8x minus 2 divided by 2 is 1. 1 times 15x is 15x is equals to, LCM here is 4. 4 divided by 1 is 4. 4 times minus 8 is minus 32. 4 divided by 4 is 1. 1 times 25 is plus 25. So if we minus 8x minus, if we do 8x minus 15x, we have minus 7x all over 2 is equals to, if we do minus 32 plus 25, we have minus 7 all over 4. So remember, we're looking for our x, so we multiply through by 2 because our 2 is delaying us from finding our x. So we have we say multiply by 2, or multiply both sides by 2. So we have minus 7x all over 2 is equals to times 2 is equals to minus 7 all over 4 times 2. So this has done us to this. We have minus 7x is equals to 2 times minus 7 is minus 14 all over 4. Now we can divide both sides by minus 7 because we are looking for our x. So and minus 7 is holding us from finding our x. So we have when we divide both sides by minus 7, we have minus 7 divided by minus 7 is equals to minus 14 all over 4 divided by minus 7. So we have minus 7x all over 7 is equals to minus 14 all over 4 times 1 over minus 7. Minus can cancel, minus 7 can cancel, 14 gives us 2. This minus 7 has cancelled this minus 7. X is equals to this 2, because when 14 divided by 7 is 2, so we have 2 all over 4. X is equals to, this can cancel this, we have 1 over 2. So now we need to look for our y. We can substitute our value for x in our y in equation 3. Wow, this is another journey. So substitute x in equation 3. We get y is equals to minus 3. What is our x? Our x is, instead of me to substitute into equation 3, I can actually substitute into equation 2. It seems like it will be easier. So let me change this into equation 2. We have 4x plus 5y is equals to minus 8. Remember, we got our x to be 1 over 2. So we can say 4 brackets 1 over 2 plus 5y is equals to minus 8. We're looking for our y. So 2 can cancel 4, give us 2. 2 times 1. 2 times 1 is 2. This plus 5y is equals to minus 8. So we find like this 5y is equals to minus 8. We carry this over equality sign turns to minus 2. This 5y is equals to minus 10. So we have y. Well, we are dividing both sides by 5. Let me just divide through by 5. Divided by 5. So this has done just this way here. This y is equals to minus 2. So that is it. So please remember to like, subscribe and share. Please add a comment. I don't know if I'm over explaining some part. Please, if you feel that way, please can you add it in the comments and I will stop. Thank you.
Be blessed.